You're not broke because you don't work hard. You're broke because you're running the wrong operating system. Most people spend their whole life in one system. Get a job. Get a raise. Switch jobs for more money. Save a little. Maybe a side hustle. Then they wonder why the ceiling is so low. There are two systems. System 1. Sell your time. Sell your effort. Sell your skill. Trade hours for dollars. System 2. Sell information gaps. Sell cognitive gaps. Sell resource mismatches. Sell scarcity. Use asymmetry. Not effort. Most people never leave System 1. They think wealth is, work harder, save more, get promoted. They don't know the people winning switched systems years ago. You might say. But that rich person works all the time. How is that different? The difference isn't how busy you are. It's the leverage underneath. System 1 formula. Income equals hourly rate times hours worked. You're a developer. You make $30,000 a month. About $170 an hour. Want $60,000. Double your rate. Or double your hours. But rates have a ceiling. Hours have a limit. That's why $1 million a year is a wall for most people. System 2 formula. Income equals scarce value times replication times leverage. Scarce value isn't, I work hard. It's only I can solve this. Replication isn't, I did a lot of work. It's, I did it once and sold it 10,000 times. Leverage isn't, I did it myself. It's, I used money, attention, systems, other people's time to do it for me. One system runs on addition. The other runs on multiplication. So why don't people jump? Because to jump you have to die first. Your beliefs have to shatter. Most people grow up hearing, hard work pays off. Do good work and the boss will notice. Be a good person and opportunity will find you. That's true. In System 1. System 2 doesn't care. System 2 runs on asymmetry. Information asymmetry. Cognitive asymmetry. Resource asymmetry. Action asymmetry. Every fast win has an asymmetry behind it. You saw short video before others. You saw live commerce before others. You saw AI before others. You were early. That's the edge. This isn't luck. It's using System 2 thinking to play a System 1 game. You see one move ahead. That's a dimension. And one dimension is total dominance. A three-dimensional being looking at ants on paper. The ants work harder. The ants never leave the page. Here's how you know which system you're in. Look at what you worry about. If you worry about hitting quota. If you worry about what your boss thinks. If you worry about rent. If you worry about credit. You're in System 1. Passive worries. Short-term worries. Trade worries. If you worry about how long this information gap lasts. If you worry about building a moat before someone else does. If you worry about replicating one win 100 times. If you worry about who has the resource no one's using yet. You're at the edge of System 2. Active worries. Long-term worries. Leverage worries. Your worry reveals your coordinate. Most people never touch System 2. Not because they can't. Because System 1 gives instant feedback. You work late. Boss praises you. You study. Grade comes back. You save. Balance goes up. That feedback is addictive. You think you're improving. You don't realize you're running a hamster wheel someone else designed. System 2 gives no feedback at first. You build for 6 months. First 5 months you make nothing. You bet on an information gap. You might lose it all. You try resource arbitrage. Everyone laughs. Most people can't handle that uncertainty. Humans crave certainty. System 2's first test is making you let go of it. The people who switch all share one thing. Not IQ. Not luck. Not background. A different understanding of value. System 1. I did the work so I have value. I put in time so I deserve reward. System 2. I solved a problem no one else could. That created value. How long it took. How tired I am. How fair it feels. Doesn't matter. One looks inward. At your effort. One looks outward. At their problem. That's the leap. When you switch. You stop asking, what does this job pay? You ask, what is this problem worth? You stop saying, why am I not paid more for my effort? You think, is my effort aimed at the wrong problem? You stop envying high earners. You analyze what problem they solved. Then you see it. The valuable problems hide at the edge. Where two fields meet. Where most people don't look. Where the rules haven't caught up yet. That insight is your ticket. But insight isn't enough. System 2 needs one more thing. Gray space. Moral flexibility. I'm not saying break the law. I'm not saying hurt people. I'm saying most fast opportunities don't look respectable at first. Bitcoin at $3 looked like a scam. Public accounts in 2013 looked too simple. Short video in 2016 looked low class. AI in 2022 looked like hype. Every time. You used respectable as an excuse. You missed the window. The people who won didn't care if it sounded fancy. They cared if the need was real. If the gap existed. If they could pull the lever. System 1 teaches you to be proper. Follow the rules. Walk the right path. System 2 says the right path is made by walking. Before a trail becomes the trail. The first person on it looked reckless. This isn't about values. It's about timing. Of course. Don't break the law. Don't harm people. That's the floor. But above the floor. You need a little shamelessness. Most people are trapped by face. The opportunity is right there. They think it's beneath them. Real maturity is knowing substance beats image by 10,000 times. To enter System 2 you need capability. But you also need temperament. First. Endure loneliness. While you build. Others are watching shows. While you study gaps. Others complain about their salary. System 2's early phase is lonely. No one walks with you. Most people don't understand what you're doing. You're not even sure it'll work. That loneliness kills 90%. Second. Survive failure. System 2 is high variance. You bet on 10 gaps. 9 fail. 1 pays for everything. Can you survive 9 losses? Most people retreat after 1. Then tell themselves stability is better. Third. Burn the bridges. This is the most unnatural part. As long as you think, I can always go back to a job. You'll never fully enter System 2. System 2 needs all in. You have to bet everything on a judgment you're not even sure about. Bridges unburned. Path unclear. It sounds extreme. But the fastest path was never for most people. Maybe System 2 feels far. Here's a small step you can take today. Turn what you do from selling time to selling judgment. You're a designer. System 1 is 5,000 per client. 6 clients a month. 30,000. System 2 Step 1. Make a template. Build a methodology. Sell the judgment. Tell people what style fits what context. What color lifts conversion. Price it at $199. Sell 300 a month. 60,000. You're a consultant. System 1 is hourly rate. System 2 Step 1. Extract your judgment framework. Turn it into a model. A tool. A course. Productize your judgment. You're in sales. System 1 is commission per deal. System 2 Step 1. Write down your closing system. Your client filter. Train a team to use your method. You take a cut. See it. You don't switch industries. You switch mechanics. You don't start over. You add leverage to what you already have. Most people aren't lacking ability. They're not pricing their judgment. You make 100 decisions a day. Which client is worth pursuing? Which direction is worth the time? Which problem comes first? Those judgments are scarce. But you give them away for free. You use them in your job. You don't turn them into a product. That's the closest step. Let me say something uncomfortable. Most people's mental model of wealth is agricultural. Work hard. Harvest reward. But we're not in that era. We're in the information era. The AI era. The leverage era. The rules changed. Most people's operating system is still running the last version. You can't win a new game with an incompatible system. I'm not saying stop working hard. I'm saying direction matters 100 times more than intensity. You can paddle with everything you have. But if you're below a waterfall, you'll never move upstream. You have to read the current first. Find the updraft. Then apply force. System 2 isn't a shortcut. It's a harder road. Because it asks you to shatter yourself first. Then rebuild. It asks you to endure uncertainty. Survive failure. Burn the bridges. It asks you to let go of respectable. Face the gray. But the reward is something System 1 will never give you. Real freedom. Not the cliché. The freedom to choose. What to do. Who to do it with. At what pace. When to stop. That choice. Back in your hands. That's the part worth chasing. 2 systems. 1 most people know. And most people are trapped in. 1 most people never understand. And even if they do, they're too afraid to touch. The choice is yours.